Yeah. Come on. You had to wait till we were live to do that.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Soul Food Book Club. We are a group that meets every week to discuss a book we're reading. And this week, we are reading The Magic. And The Magic is by Rhonda Byrne. And if you read the book called The Secret, it's the same lady and the same group of books. And today we have with us beautiful Erica. There's the book upside down because that's Charlie.
Exactly. First it was the back of the book you showed.
And Charlie, our beautiful Charlie, is here with us. And apparently others are coming on later, and we hope so, because it's nice when we have a big group and we have a big conversation. So I'm just here as a member of the group. I'm not leading anything, except I do want to, well, you know, that's funny, because I was doing this for a laugh, and there's only Erica here.
And Charlie.
And they already know I'm funny. But I had my husband do this. And I want you to look at his writing. So reading it is a real challenge. Okay? And this is what it says. To whom it may concern. My wife, Jean Lorio, wants me to write a note for her, giving her an excuse as to why she has not done her homework. This is something she never would have done for our kids when they were in school. However, all things considered, I feel I have no choice. So please excuse Jean for not having her homework. It's not her fault. She has been very, very busy. Thank you, Ron Lorio. So,
We don't accept the note. You have detention. You must stay after the show.
okay, I will. But I do have to apologize. I've only gotten to, I think it's the 5th day.
All right.
I didn't read further because, you know, we read on Thursday, and I did the first day and I did the second day, and then we left town. So we were gone the weekend.
Right.
And then Monday we started with the morning cuppa, and it's been a little bit busy since then. So, but what do you think of the book, guys?
Tell us.
Well, I really like it, and I'm glad we're reading this book, and I'm glad they brought it to us. And it like makes you feel to be grateful about everything, you know, and you know, like every single little thing that you do or is here or that you use, you know, I mean, your phone, you know, a pen, everything was made by someone and sold by someone. And, you know, even like how ironic today is with the thank you for the food. Today's lesson. Well, you didn't get up to it.
No, I didn't get up to that. I only got to lesson 5, guys.
Yeah. Well, it's only up to day 8, so you can catch up or whatever. Or you can just follow it and you get to day 8 whenever day 8 is. Right. But I'm going to talk about day 8. It's how ironic it is to say and thank you for all, you know, the food you eat or you drink. You know, years ago, you always said it before a meal. If you remember sitting around the dinner table, you always said grace, whatever, you know. Even though Grace is
She's supposed to pop on now.
Exactly.
Grace Ice is coming in there.
Where are you? But anyway, you know, it's being thankful for the food and the water and just think, without the water, there would be nothing. We wouldn't even be here. You know, because water is everything. I mean, 90% of our body is water, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, and we, you know, all the crops needed to, you know, to grow and everything else. And it's just, the ironic part is here we are being thankful for the food and water, and Terry is on a fast.
I'm sure she is, yes, with this cleansing
and drinking or whatever. So I'm like, wow, how ironic is that? That we are being thankful for the food and everything, and Terry's being thankful for not having any.
She probably will appreciate the food so much more when she can have it. That's the idea. Like for me, it's what I've gotten out of the book so far is it's teaching me to focus on the good in things, Like, for example, I saw some garbage on the side of the road and I was like, wow, because at first I thought it was an animal that had been hit and dead on the side of the road. And when I got up to it, it was only garbage. I was so thankful that it was just garbage and not, you know, an animal or a living thing out there on the road. You know, like to think about like what it took to make the things that we take for granted. We take so many little things for granted. So what the book has been teaching me is to like look at everything that we have, like opening up our eyes, being able to listen to the birds. You know, there's just so many miracles in life. And that's what, for me, what it's doing is teaching me to look at that instead of being like, oh my God, I don't have, you know, all this money or this great big mansion or maids or whatever. But guess what? I had a delicious sandwich for lunch today. And to be grateful for what I do have instead of being, you know, wanting more, being greedy and wanting more things.
You know, I'm kind of with both of you because that's, I think, what's gotten me is to, when she has you writing down like 10 things you're grateful for every day, and what are you grateful in people in your relationships and stuff. And it's really made me feel or see how abundant I am. You know, instead of focusing on, well, I don't have a big house and I don't, you know, and I wish it makes you see, oh my goodness, I am really rich. I have all these, I had never had to worry, not really ever in my whole life about where my food was going to come from. I was going to have food. A little bit different on the clothes, but at least the food I knew was always going to be there. And, you know, Kathy mentioned in one of the comments, I don't remember whether it was in notifications or on the comment, on the messages, but she said that she's running out of things to be grateful for. She can't write down. And, you know, the thing is what Charlie said. Well, I knew too that you begin to realize how many things you just take for granted and you're never grateful for. I was thinking today, I'm grateful that I have toilet paper. I would have hated to live in a time when there wasn't toilet paper.
Right.
You know? I mean, little tiny things like that, you know, that's
a big thing. Everyone in the beginning of COVID was going crazy looking for toilet paper.
Exactly. You know, in fact, the stores, some of them still have stocks and stocks of toilet paper because everyone was.
I went to the bank one day and one of the tellers had, it was a joke, toilet paper roll earrings. Seriously, it looked like toilet paper hanging a pair of earrings on that looked like toilet paper because it was gold last year, you know?
Yeah, it was. You're right.
Yeah, we have a few people. We have Kathy Hand says hello, Jean, Charlie, and Erica.
Hi, Kathy.
Hi, Kathy.
And, hope she heard what I said about the toilet paper.
Yeah.
And Janet Byron. Hi, lady and gentlemen. So hi, Janet, and hi, Kathy.
Hi, Barry. Wish you were on. I wish you'd come on. You can zoom in. But yeah, you know, when you really sit down to write those, I was the same way. How many things can I write about that I'm grateful for? But now I'm starting to realize how many things that I really, really am grateful for. And I never ever thought about it.
And Janet says we have to improvise on what we have.
That's true.
Yeah.
And you know, I think that's part of our problem in our country, especially, is that we don't make do. You know, we always want more and more and more, and we don't make do with what we have. So when we have a hardship like COVID, we don't know what to do. We start stockpiling, and then we start, and instead of worrying about things like that, we should have been praying and for the poor people who lost their jobs and the people that didn't have anything to eat.
Yeah, that's like at the very beginning. You know, they had the golden thread of gratitude.
Can I say something? Suzanne, stop typing and get on here. Suzanne's here. Come on, it's you.
Suzanne, get on here.
Stop typing. Get on.
See, everyone's shy when Terry's not here.
Kathy's at work, so she can't.
Right, well, she is at work.
Yeah.
But, you know, Suzanne doesn't have one. Janet, do you have a good excuse?
I'm gonna say a couple of the things that is the golden thread of gratitude in the very beginning, and dating back thousands and thousands of years to earliest recordings of mankind, the power of gratitude was preached and practiced, and from there was passed on through the centuries, sweeping across the continents, permeating one civilization and culture to the next. The major religion, Christianity, Islam, Judaism, Buddhism, Sikhism, and Hinduism all have gratitude at their core. Muhammad said that gratitude for the abundance you received is the best insurance that the abundance will continue. And that is so true. What you put out, you get back. And Buddha said that you have no cause for anything but gratitude and joy. And Lao Tzu said that if you rejoice in the way things are, the whole world will belong to you. And Krishna said that whatever he is offered, he accepts with joy. King David spoke of giving thanks to the whole world for everything between the heavens and the earth. And Jesus said, thank you before he performed every miracle. So the one quote that Erica highlighted, when you arise in the morning, give thanks for the morning light, for your life and strength. Give thanks for your food and the joy of living. If you see no reason for giving thanks, the fault lies with yourself. And that was Tecumseh, Shawnee Native American leader. Anyway, that encaptures what the book is about. You know,
it really does, but you know, I don't know about any of you, but I've never really appreciated the importance of gratitude. I mean, I've always been thankful. It's like you said, Charlie, before every meal, we say our blessing and we thank for the bread for today and whatever. But, you know, like when she got to the one about health, being grateful for your hands and your eyes. Let me tell you, when you start getting to be my age, you really get grateful for your hands and you realize what a magnificent gift they really are. Because slowly you start to lose that mobility. Maybe if I had been more graceful, I wouldn't have lost so much strength in my hands that I have right now. But no, I am so glad we're reading this book because it is, and every chapter brings something new to light. Because, when I first saw it, when I first realized it was going to be about gratitude, and I thought, how could this whole book be about gratitude? Because if you're taught, well, you should be grateful for the things you have, that's it. Okay, I understand. But actually, by taking it chapter by chapter, practice by practice, she's really teaching us to really discern what that means, what we need to be grateful for. So I'm really enjoying it. And everybody who came on late, who's in the audience and is not coming here to help us on the Zoom, you might not have seen that my husband wrote me an excuse. You know how when your children didn't do their homework and their mom and dads would write an excuse? So I asked him to write me an excuse. And he said that he would, please excuse her because she was very busy and she didn't get to do all her homework. So I only got to chapter 4, which is the money. And you all have done chapter 4, and I just read the first few pages. So it sounded really, really interesting about being grateful for what you have instead of wanting more. So Charlie, you've had a lot of experiences with getting money and manifesting money. Could you tell us one of those experiences?
Well, I don't know. It's like the more you give, the more you receive. And I was taught that like you receive back 10 times over what you give. But in the book, I think it says it's 1 for 1. But whatever, But I don't know. It just, money just seems to come. I did with Terry with the moon bless when what do you call that?
With the full moon.
With the full moon. So I put a glass of water out with
Don't give your address.
Don't give your address. A full glass of water in a jar, I guess. And I put the $100 bill underneath. So I put it
and left it outside. That's why I said don't give your address.
So we left it outside, and then I drank the water, and it's like, and you just have to believe that, and you manifest. It's like whatever you want will come to you as long as you grateful. It just happened, it just, it's crazy, but, I don't know. I've, like years ago, I've had a claim in for asbestosis that I had. And all of a sudden, a couple of weeks ago, checks just started coming in the mail. It's like, I don't know. And then, and then a government check and, money just keeps, and I'm like, wow, all this money just keeps coming. And I'm like, wow, like, it's like whatever you want is there for you and will show up, Just like yesterday with the 25 cents. We couldn't find the shopping, we couldn't go in to a store and you had to put a quarter in to get to the shopping cart. And we didn't have a quarter and we were on our way there. And I said, oh, don't worry. there's going to be a cart there when we get there. And, you know, sure than anything, there was a cart waiting. Erica, go get the cart. And there was a cart.
It's not kidding. He pulled up in front of the car and said, go get it, go get it, go get it.
I can see him doing that, yeah.
And it was raining. Just saying.
It was raining.
All right. And Janet says, the world is our oyster. And then she said, that's true about the hands as I have osteoporosis and my hands are clumsy nowadays. And then she goes on to say, I'm sharing you out to friends and they are telling me that your live is unbelievable for them to see.
Aw, so sweet.
Just on a sidebar, Charlie really doesn't, you know, knowing him and everything, he really doesn't worry for money. Like if something's like costly, he's like, don't worry, you know, don't worry. It's, you know, it's going to happen. And then like a check will come in for something, you know, like the stimulus check came, you know, like when he swallowed his teeth, how am I going to pay for my teeth? And a check comes in for something, you know, like he doesn't really worry. He just says, well, I need this to pay for my teeth. And a check for something just shows up. I mean, it's really cool. But I think part of the key is that, like, I still worry about how to pay the bills and stuff. He doesn't. He knows they're going to be taken care of. Terry's very good like that too. Just knowing everything's going to be okay. And I think that makes a big difference too, just knowing it.
Yeah, like the insurance said they weren't going to cover, you know, any, you know, the dentist. So I had to pay him $5,000 or whatever, you know, to have the stuff done. And then, you know, then I get a thing that they paid for like 4,000 of it. So I got 4,000 back, you know, or 3,300 or whatever, you know, it's like.
And then being grateful that it was covered, that he got that much, while it didn't pay for the whole thing, being grateful that he got some of it paid for. You know what I mean? That's important too. Instead of being like, oh, I still got to come up with $3,000 more or whatever, you know. He's never like that. He's like, oh, look, this can go to that. You know, like as soon as it comes in, it's spent, but it's spent on something that he needed money for.
And then my insurance was running out. So to have the dentures made, it was going to be like $7,000 or something. So I went to the dentist. I said, listen, my insurance running out at the end of the month. I want you to do the impression, you know, now. And, you know, and I got it where the insurance paid for like 5,000 of it on this next half. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know, I saved like $10,000 worth, you know.
But that's what it is, that having that trust and that gratitude. And if you build up that trust and that gratitude, you don't have to worry about, you know, it's, and I know that I'm one of those who I'm always bringing up scriptures. Just a minute, let me finish what I'm going to say, and then you can tell me. But, you know, Jesus said,
I don't know what it is. Oh, no, Janet's trying to come in. We cannot join. There isn't any Zoom link for yours to join.
Really? Janet, try just going to Chanting for Change. If you go to Chanting for Change and you go under announcements, there'll be a link right at the top. And I think if you click on that link, you'll come in, because it's all one channel. Anything that you've ever gone into, click on it, because it's all one channel.
Jean, isn't it like in the messages to the book club, like in our Facebook?
It is in the messages to the book club. If you look under messages and you look on Soul Food Book Club, and sometimes you have to scroll a little bit, but it's in there, and you just click on it. It'll bring you right here. Okay?
Can't
I'm
wait
so
to
sorry
see
you're
it,
having
Janet.
the problem.
You can get the number.
You know what? That's me. Every time I go to on Angel Wings or anything that we don't go to every single day, I'm always looking for the link. I have to go in and look for the link. But
You know
it's
what
all
I-
it's there.
You know what I do? I go to our Zoom thing and it's always listed in the history. I want to join the thing and I hit the drop menu and it will show me like the book club, chanting for change.
Yes, that's what it
And then
does.
I hit that stuff and then we all know 888, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Good for you, Erica.
Oh, I gotta put it in here.
Charlie's trying to text.
No, I gotta write it down.
I might just say a minute for everybody who's here. And I
keep
think
listening,
everybody.
I'll tell her the number.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 846-2411-5367. That's the meeting ID on Zoom is 846-2411-5367. And the passcode is 8888. There you go.
Thank you, Charlie.
All right.
And maybe she can get it that way. I hope so. Now I forgot what I was going to say.
Hi, Susan. Susan's watching with us.
I told her that. I told her to get in here.
I know Susan knows how to get in
I know
here.
she does. She hasn't typed her
Finger.
excuse in.
Oh, wait a minute. She's here. She's coming. I think she's
Yeah.
coming. Oh, come
That
on.
host-
There she is.
Yeah, she said she was held up because the host wouldn't let her in.
There
There she is.
Hi.
a beautiful face.
Oh, sometimes I get talking and I forget to check to see if there's anyone. You look so beautiful today. Hi.
Oh.
Have you been reading the book or have you got it yet?
No, I haven't, and I don't have it yet. I'm
Mhm.
still dealing with the vertigo, but I decided I want to just join and
Mhm.
catch up and join the conversation because I
Yeah.
think even not having read it, what you guys are talking about is wonderful to just
Right. Right. You don't have to read the book to know that gratitude is important.
Yeah, I want to get the Audible version maybe.
It's like
Kathy
when
says
in
hi
the,
to Susan.
Hi,
who,
Kathy.
Kathy Hands. says hi.
Kathy. When they had us write down to pick 3 people and write down why you were, well, you don't know because you don't have the book, but they asked us to get photographs of 3 people that have been important to us. So I got my husband, I got my mother, and I got my sister-in-law. And then you had to write down 5 reasons why you're thankful for them. That was beautiful because when I did it for my husband, I don't know if you were here the other day when I said, I just want to slug him. That I need help because I just want to slug him. And sometimes we don't think at moments like that about why we're in a relationship with that person. And it made me see how very blessed I am and how grateful I am that he is my husband. And it was the same with all of them. It just increased my gratitude, my thankfulness that I had that relationship. And I like what she says, that if we were by ourselves on the earth, we'd be miserable. We'd be miserable.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I thought of? Because I thought about Mary Lou. She's lost her sister. And I know you know that. I saw your condolences. And when I first lost my mom, when it really hit me was the first time that I did something very exciting. And I ran to the phone to call her up to tell her what it was. And then she wasn't there.
She already knew.
She already knew, but still I felt that hollow feeling inside,
Yeah.
And that's that's the thing. That's what this book is making me do, is reflect that what makes us happy is sharing things with other people. It's not having money. It's not having barbecue, Charlie. But what makes it wonderful is when you're sharing it with someone else. That's what you want to do. That's what makes you happy.
But with the barbecue, you can savor the taste and be so thankful. It makes you think, even just drinking water, how wonderful it tastes, you know? And it just makes everything so much more.
The book does.
Right,
You know,
exactly.
focusing on the book and the,
Right.
you know, because there is so much we take for granted. So much.
The book does, because it's heightening or awakening that need in you to be grateful, you know. And we have it, like Charlie said, every civilization, every religion, it was part of their tradition. Gratitude was very important. And I love our country. I don't want you to feel, I'm always saying negative things about it. I love our country, but we have gotten very materialistic. Let's face it, we have. Yeah. And so our desire for wealth and stuff like that have made us lose a lot of those basics that we need as human beings.
And even saying grace at dinner time, you know.
And people don't even sit down to eat together anymore.
Exactly.
You know, I don't want to put anybody on the spot and ask you if you do, but we did until the kids left home. Right. You know, well, they were home, and as long as the last one was here, we had to sit down for evening meal and give thanks and eat. And I cherish those times, you know, and but I don't think people do that anymore. The kids are watching video games, or someone's on the computer, or, you know, and we don't get together, maybe on Thanksgiving and Christmas, you know. But so anyway, I just felt that was the observation I made. And the need for, like I said this morning, the need to have a connection to the spiritual. I think we have that inside of us. We need that. And we've lost it, but now we're reconnecting. And I don't know if I said it on air. I know I told Grace Isis that Jesus had said, and a lot, all religions are welcomed here, and all religions have wise words. But Jesus, in the Bible, and I don't even think it was Jesus, I think it was somewhere else in the Bible where it says, because you search for me with your whole heart. This is God speaking.
Christina wants you to let her in. Sorry.
Oh, tell me.
Please, Auntie Jean, let Christina in.
There she's in.
Thank
because
you.
You searched for me with your whole heart, I caused myself to be found by you. So, you know, I don't know about you, but we were talking about the group because there was a newcomer and how the group formed and what kind of group it was. And a lot of us, when COVID hit, we were looking. We didn't understand why this was happening. Hello, gorgeous.
Oh my God.
Abracadabra, movie star.
Looking good.
It'll never look like this again. This is only because the hairstylist did it.
Well, good thing we're live and you're on video.
I am.
Watch the replay.
I love it. See, that's the way I want to wear my hair. And I love Susan's too. And I'm trying to let it grow out and it's sticking all over the place.
It is, but you can see it starting to come in.
Yeah. So maybe in another 10 months, I might be have enough hair to do it. So
Kathy Hand says, hi, Christina, beautiful hair.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Whoever didn't
It
read
was
the
good.
messages, Christina was going to be late because she was having her hair done.
I know it's the first time in over a year, so I was pretty excited about it. And then it was like taking way longer. I told her, I said, there's a lot more hair than you think there, honey.
You have a lot of hair. Mine, they have to use a magnifying glass to find it.
Oh, no.
And I've got
You
a
have lots
bald
of hair too,
spot
I can
right
see.
here. When I went to the doctor, he was training the doctor. And so I'm sitting there and I had told him, I have this thing on my head and it itches and it's kind of hard and I don't know what it is. So he looks at it and he tells her, come here, come here. He says, look, she's got dermatitis or something like that. And he says, see her bald spot? That's where she's been scratching and the hair won't grow back. And I'm like, gee, thanks for telling me, you know. So it's kind of a hard way to find out, but apparently I have a bald spot here. So,
you
but he gave
know,
me medicine, so hopefully it'll stop.
So what do you think of the book, Christina?
Yeah, what do you think?
you know, I know Kathy has said some things like this before and having trouble with just believing in some of the things as being, you know, like really being able to just dream certain things into existence. I sometimes think I wish that things were that easy that you could just manifest that way. However, with that being said, I appreciate the power of gratitude and that it really doesn't leave room for anything else. I mean, that's one of the beauties of doing the gratitude. And I've been trying to get the 10 every day. And I've been trying to do it. I know we had that discussion offline about, you know, do you do the same things over and over again? Some things I do. And then some things I try to add in at least one new thing every day so I don't get too much into that habit of not trying to find good things. But at the same time, it's like, you know what? There's a lot of good things that happen in this world and they happen on a daily basis. And why can't I be grateful for those things on a daily basis? That may be the things that I have incredible value for, and I am truly appreciative of them.
I mean, you just gotta look around.
Well, like today, she can be grateful for her hairdresser.
Absolutely.
And you might try that, Susan. You might start trying to write down things you're grateful for. That she has us doing 10 a day.
Yeah, I wanted to throw in about those two things, the manifesting and the gratitude. I did start last year a gratitude journal, and I tried to come up with 10 things, and I've been doing that. And it gets easier. It really gets, when you're in a couple of months, it just flows. At the beginning, you really sit there and think, but then, like you said, you use the simpler things, like, you know, the air you breathe, or your dog next to you, or stuff like that. So it does get easier. And I do it at night because then I can do the stuff that happened during the day for my gratitude. That's just my thing. I can't get up and, you know, because I need a cup of coffee and and a cup of joy.
Right.
And the other thing was with the manifesting. I did manifest smaller things because, of course, I don't sit here either and think I can manifest $1 million. But I did the smaller things, like the appointment for the neurologist, like a package delivery where I was like, I'm not going to be home, but then I really set the attention it would come, and it came in exactly in that time frame. A little bit with money that happened too. My son-in-law coming home from his deployment a month early, we manifested that all together. Remember, I put it in the group. So I'm convinced, and a lot of putting the gratitude in, of course. I visualize it, and then I'm grateful for it. yeah, I don't have the guts to go for the big stuff. I don't know, but I'm cooking small right now, but I'm doing it.
Well,
And
like I was telling them before, I don't know, you might have been on from the beginning about you can just be thankful for like toilet paper.
Yeah.
I'm so thankful that I live in an age when there's toilet paper. I want to.
Erica's got something to say.
I see that. Okay, Miss Erica. Yes,
I
ma'am.
wanted to reply to my friend down in the corner below us. God knows everybody's scrambled on their screen. So anyway, Suzanne, I don't know if you and everybody else ever saw Jim Carrey's interview. I cannot give you word for word. I'm not a great storyteller, but that man is like amazing. The man from Dumb and Dumber and everything. He's really a highly intelligent man. Well, he was on Oprah and he read The Secret and he wrote himself out a check before he made it big. And he really did make it big. So it can be done. And, like I've seen the old tape. Like it's not like I just saw him doing it. I saw the old tape of him actually on the show with it. It's like really, really cool. So, we just got to keep trying and keep believing that it'll happen. If it can happen for him,
Yeah. You can buy a lotto ticket and tomorrow and it's there.
But it's like what you said.
I don't buy the lotto ticket because I know I'll win it. Why do I need the I
need a lotto ticket, please.
To be happy.
Just so you all know, I got a scratch off. And I had won $1 the other day because I had $10 and it wound up being $9.99 if I bought the scratch off, and the scratch off was $9.99. So anyway, I won $1 on it. So today I wanted to go someplace and cash it in and get another one. He goes, I know you lost. I know you lost. Well, damn it, I did lose. But come
You're
on.
manifesting her losses, Charlie.
Exactly. And that's what you can do too, seriously. By not focusing on the positive stuff, you can do that. You can manifest bad stuff.
See, that's the whole thing. And I don't know if I can explain this correctly. The universe wants to give us everything we want. The universe, everything in nature is seeking balance, everything. And the universe wants us to have everything we want. But if our mind is centered on loss, like Charlie said, I already know you lost, you will get that. But if instead you're thinking, I want my son-in-law to come home. I know he's going to come home safe. And I'm just going to be so happy. Then you get what you were thinking about. And I think that's the whole thing about gratitude. And that's why Charlie gets what he wants most of the time. He doesn't even have to be forceful about thinking about it. He just knows in his heart that he's so grateful for everything he has, and it's going to come. He doesn't have to worry because it's going to come. And that's what this book, I think, is trying to point out to us, that if we live in gratitude, we're going to get what we want. If we don't live in gratitude, what we have is going to be lost. Because
we're also going to get what we want if we don't live in gratitude. We're going to get crap. Things are going to be crap. No, seriously, things are going to be crappy if we're not grateful for what we have.
One thing I want to throw in is a reminder to be grateful about relationships. And let me tell you from experience, I lived in different countries, Europe, Japan, now in the US. I traveled a lot, but when you're alone, you can be at the nicest place. You still wish you had somebody there with you, a friend, a partner, whatever. So it is very, very important to appreciate and cherish and nourish your relationships, because they're really important. Like for somebody like me who isn't native from here, who doesn't have family and stuff, I have to say, be grateful when you have folks and friends, as I'm grateful for all you, that I found. So you guys are my.
You got to get this book, Susan. See, that was the third chapter. Oh, you can't see that. It says magical relationships. And that, she brings that out, that our relationships are so important. That's what she said, that if we were alone on the planet, we wouldn't be happy. We need those relationships.
I've seen some very pretty places. I worked as a tour guide and I took tourists to beautiful places, but I was alone because I was the guide. They were all with their friends and families. I tell you, you can be at the most prettiest place, but if you're all alone, it's no fun either. So it's good to have relationships and it's good to have friends. And then you value them. You're like, man, I wish I had somebody here with me now, So
it's just like having all the money in the world doesn't bring happiness.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. That's so true. You're always thinking, well, why is that person committing suicide when he had everything to make him happy? He didn't have relationships. He didn't have people like you all who are based on love, unconditional love. And, and that's the most important thing. And we only have about 8 minutes. Is Kathy still out there? Is there anybody else who wants to make a comment? And I know I do this and I'm so sorry. Sometimes I talk above people. I get so excited, I talk too much. So I apologize for that.
There's no apologies.
You're not going to cure me of that. Terry has been trying for over a year. She says, you don't have to say I'm sorry. It's going to be on my tombstone. Here lies Jean. She's sorry for all that she ever did wrong, because that's my nature. So I'm sorry.
I see everyone gave up on the quarter jar for you, or to get to India. We gave up on that because you probably paid for the whole gang to go. Every time you said you were
yes,
you're supposed to put money in.
Oh, I could have financed the
whole group. The whole book club's going on Auntie Jean because she's sorry.
Yeah. Well, it's a good thing because we probably wouldn't. Well, see, there I go. I say we probably wouldn't have had any food for the whole year, but I think that God would have provided it because He provides for everybody. He provides He knows when the sparrows hit the ground. So,
well, there's no doubt about it. What you spend your energy and time on, that's what you're going to get in return, without a doubt. So, I mean, even for someone like me who isn't sure about the manifesting thing, I do believe in attitude has a lot to do with it. If you're able, obviously there's other things that can be contributing that would maybe make someone not see a positive side to things. But certainly if you can, that's the way to be, is to find the joyous sides of life. And you really do have that choice to decide whether you're going to actively look for the bad things or the good things. So you really do have that amount of control. Doesn't mean you can control other things that happen to us, because I do believe that there is some things as far as fate goes, or things that we don't really have control over. But at the same time, even through those, if you can try to find the good, it doesn't mean you have to think that the situation is good. It just means that you can find good things in that bad situation if you look hard enough. So,
well, by the way, I think I did it privately, but tell you I'm so sorry about your auntie who passed away. And And we might want to pray for Mary Lou, because I think she's going through a hard time. And we all have been there, and we know. And she's right. When you're in mourning for someone, you can't think straight. It's kind of like Susan having vertigo. The mind just doesn't work right. And but hopefully she'll understand and take some comfort in the fact that we all love her and we're praying for her. So, and
No,
we're
I'm
going to pray
proud
for
of
you too, Charlie,
Yes,
that your heart
Charlie.
condition is made whole. And yes.
I got a test tomorrow, and then we'll see.
Okay.
And for Christina, we're praying for Christina. She lost her favorite aunt.
Well, that's what I just, yes. we're
It
so
was an
sorry.
auntie, you know what I mean? And I've said it before and I'll say it again. I've been blessed with a big, beautiful family that is truly, there's just a lot of love in the family. And so when you have that, the flip side of that is when you do experience loss, you know, you feel it. There's that many more people to lose too, so.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand.
But we're thankful. That is one of the things I keep putting in, is how thankful I am, you know, for having the time, and having that auntie. Oh, and I know a lot of people that wish they have had an Auntie Ellen like I had an Auntie Ellen. Not everybody gets that joy and that blessing. And I was one of the lucky ones.
And that's the part of counting your blessings and realizing that you are so abundant. You don't, until you do that, sometimes you don't realize how abundant you are. Now, I know that Charlie and Erica have to go to another class. So I think we're just going to close. We have 2 minutes. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Kathy, and anyone else who was online. And I just can't wait for Terry to come back.
We love you, Auntie Jean. Thank
See
you.
you tonight.
I love you all.
Bye-bye. Nice seeing you,
Have a
Susan.
great day.
Nice seeing you.
Namaste, y'all.
Namaste. Oh, let's do that.
Namaste.
Namaste, you all. Okay. Here we go.